Did you watch SmackDown this week?
I did watch SmackDown.
Okay, you want to talk about it real quick?
Yeah, let me get my notes.
You got notes, huh?
Bro, I can't remember all this.
Yeah, me neither. To be honest with you.
There have been a couple times where you've actually read me the wrong show.
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm like, huh? How high am I? How up am I that I don't remember this?
Right. All right. So the show opens.
Wait. Let me find it, please. Bro, I just literally got out of my car and sat down.
Oh,
Our flight was delayed an hour. All right, so go ahead.
All right. So the show opens up. Cena promo. Good start. Yeah. He actually made a joke. He said Cena said there was big news out of Cleveland, which led to boos. Cena said he went to the city's government office and has his middle name changed to Guardians because someone needs to protect the small amount of respect that WWE has left. It's actually not a bad. I mean, it's the last part of that line was actually kind of hit pretty true, you know.
Yeah. But he did get booed up when he brought up the Guardians bit.
Yeah. Cena said SmackDown with Reigns as champion sucks. He said that's just his opinion. There are hundreds of Reigns fans out there, and they booed. Actually, Roman's gotten straight heel heat since he's been back, which is very good for this show.
Yeah, right. He did get a little bit more boos than Monday, but by the end, he had him in the palm of his hands.
Yeah. So speaking of Roman Reigns, where is he? Cena asked. He added that Roman knows he can't see him, and we'll realize after SummerSlam the champ is here. He called for Reigns to come out. Let's make history right here, right now. And he said Reigns didn't come out. It's like, please come out, Roman. So instead, Paul comes out. Paul makes it. I said, ladies and gentlemen, things that live in Cleveland, John Cena, you have it all wrong. Heyman gave Cena his word that Cena would again answer his challenge when and only when Reigns decides to come out and show him that the tribal chief is here. Heyman mocked Cena's song and comically marched to the back. Cena's actual music played. Let me tell you something. This is a big difference when you have a big star and a crowd and how much easier the show is and how much better it looks. Because here's a star that cuts a good promo in front of a crowd responding, and it was very simplistic and it was very basic, but it was still good television. You know? Did you get that out of this?
Right, 1,000%. It was very smart to bring him back when crowds came back. That was perfect. He's a consummate entertainer, bro, and he brought a lot of energy, and the people gave him energy. And I don't know why I thought it was funny when he said "things from Cleveland," and him doing the Cena thing and dancing to the back was incredible. That was a great opening segment. Very entertaining.
Yeah. Next is Jimmy against Dominic. This is Dominic's first singles match in front of people in his entire career. Typically, we've seen these guys work. They've been working each other the past 3-4 weeks on TV. So good stuff. I thought Dominic looked good. So they do a gimmick at the end, like a reversal sunset flare, and it looked like they were screwing up a spot. But the fact that it went right into a pin where they did the thing, the feet on the things and pinned him, it actually looked good that the finish went like that. Right. Because it looked like all confusing and everything. The next thing you know, he had him pinned, and the Usos did their cheating thing with the feet on him and pinned him, which is a very
that was actually very cool. That was very cool. Yeah,
that's the way they beat him for the championship. It's like it's a cool gimmick, bro. There was a thing one time I'll never forget this. Ernie Ladd, you know how big Ernie Ladd is, right?
Yeah.
They did a gimmick, and he's tall and everything. So they covered the guy.
For those that don't know, Ernie Ladd was like 6'9", 6'10".
The big cat.
Right. So they covered the guy, and because they were over in the corner, and I don't know how they did that. I'm trying to visualize this where the referee can't see this, but Ernie Ladd took his foot over the top rope, and put it on his partner's back who was pinning the guy. And it was done the way the referee didn't see it, so he couldn't kick the guy off or anything. So that's what they remind me of. They're very clever.
Right.
So Jimmy and Jey Uso get the props. They're going up the ramp, and Roman's coming out. So Roman's coming out for a promo, and they're going to break. So Roman comes out for a promo, bro. Let me tell you something. Roman's going to be a huge baby face down the road. Because remember when Jericho said he talked about us when he was on the show. He said Roman's just cool, right? He just be him.
You know who else who told me that? ADR.
Right. So now that the guy's been able to be comfortable in heel promos,
right?
You're starting to see this guy has some pretty good entertaining and funny lines, right?
Like the missionary position one?
Yes. Okay, so he comes, so he talks about Cleveland acknowledge me. He looks at the camera and says, everybody sit your home, acknowledge me.
Let me just say one more thing real quick. But the best part, and I've said this before, and I love it, I love his entrances. They're slow. They're arrogant. He takes his time. You're going to wait for me. And you know what I'm saying?
And the funniest thing is we were talking about that that's what he was doing when he was a baby face.
Well,
so his entrance, like, he just comes across as like a prick.
They also did a good job when they changed his music finally, because he kept using that Shield music.
Bro,
all that
entrance was great.
Yeah.
He's got like a new entrance. Yeah. It was great.
Yeah. Okay, Reigns said Hollywood fooled. Okay, Reigns said Cena acknowledged him at Money in the Bank at Raw earlier in the show. He said Hollywood fooled him. He said they put a whole new paint job on John, and we thought we'd get something different. But instead, Cena came out, performed nostalgia, acted the same music, same entrance, same outfit, same promo, and same insults. It's the same thing over and over and over. It's like missionary position every single night. And the tribal head chief, the head of the table, we're not interested in that. No. We don't get motivated by that. We don't get inspired by that. The funniest thing about this, Paul Heyman is now, like, this show decided I'm going to be a very cartoonish, over-the-top heel manager, and he was doing very well because he just kept holding the belt up. You know, like he would
a couple of times
throw the belt up. And he was, if you watch Paul when he did the missionary position line, Paul can't help stop cracking up.
Yeah,
right.
He's just like losing. He's like,
or I love when he grabs the belt, like he's protecting it.
Yeah, cuddling it. Yeah. But now there's a couple of times, Di, also where Roman would point at him and go, "Hold the belt up. Hold the belt up."
Right. Yeah. So, he would put it up. Like, it's good stuff though. It's good heel.
Great stuff.
So he says the answer to Cena's challenge is no. So then Finn Balor comes out and Finn challenges him, and they milk this to the crowd, and he says challenge accepted. And that's the end.
And let me just say this, because when you're writing this, right, you're wondering Finn Balor's coming back. Will people on him because they don't see him at the same thing as Roman Reigns, and the people were into Finn Balor.
Right,
bro. There was nothing wrong with this show. This was an excellent show.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys this, because I watched it, but I thought I missed something, because I put it back on, and actually my wife came down. She's like, "Oh, is Cena coming out again?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's going to come out and face off with Reigns." And then that didn't happen, and I'm like, did they say something on the show?
He just said that they were going to have an answer. They never said there was going to be a face-off, and he came out and he said no.
Okay.
He said, he said, my answer is no, I'm not going to face you because you're the same old tired.
Okay.
And that's when Finn Balor came up. Bro, this is very well written.
Yeah.
They've done a great job of what it was before to what it is now.
Well, they're bringing back the stars, and they're not screwing them up.
Right, and they're writing good and
right.
They're dotting the I's and crossing the T's, and everything's very well written.
Yep. So that was a good show, and that's been SmackDown.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the show. Boom. Yo, what up? This is Konnan, and I host Keeping It 100, my co-host, Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!